I can't speak on Cardi motherfucking drug and robbing Cardi, bitch. And like I said, for you motherfuckers that don't like me, I would just suggest y'all pipe down on your taking sides and wait until this motherfucking case is over. How about that, bitch?
Hey guys, it's your girl Tasha Lee spills the tea, and I'm back with some more content. If you're back here with me, then you're dope as fuck, okay? And I appreciate you. And please, if you haven't yet, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come on past and get their content from me. Why would you go anywhere else, right? So remember, for those that's back for the second time, I had did the Cardi B and Tasha K court case. I did week 1. I'm doing week 2 right now, right here, right now. I'm trying to let y'all know what's going on. And guess what? If you already heard it from somewhere else, hear it from me too, because you ain't get it from me. You got it from somewhere else. So let's get into it.
All right, let's just jump straight into this. So, January 19th, Cardi and Tasha appeared in court. It was said that sparks were flying before the jurors even walked into court. To kick the day off, overnight, a juror had called and stated that they had symptoms of COVID. The judge was going to put the trial on hold for 2 weeks, but then changed his mind, making a statement like this would just give time to affect the parties involved, and I agree with that. So they continue. Tasha's lawyers tried to bring in evidence that was clearly determined during the pre-trial hearing that it was not allowed. So why did they try again? God only knows. But they tried. And they tried to bring in a few things like the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi thing, where Cardi threw her shoe at Nicki at the Meta. Now, Cardi apparently has an ongoing case with Nicki, so the judge didn't let that in. And it has nothing to do with what's going on right now, you get me? So the defense tried the race card as well. They said they had some footage that Azalea Banks did an interview on the Breakfast Club making a statement that Cardi was a racist. And once again, that's hearsay, and what does that have to do with anything? So the judge didn't let that in. They also said that Cardi had made a racist statement on her social media platform, calling a dead baby a monkey. And again, what does that have to do with anything? That has nothing to do with the defamation case in question now. Like, I don't know how they was trying to use that as a defense tactic, but it's crazy. The whole race card thing was kind of pathetic. I mean, you got to think about it. Cardi has a black husband. She has black kids. She is Afro-Latino. She has some black entourage. How could she be racist? At this point, how could she be racist? I mean, come on now. Guys, y'all gotta come better than that. Y'all have to come better than that. I mean, so since the whole race thing didn't work, they tried to bring in some evidence about Offset's stepdad. He made a statement on his social media platform, and it was some negative comments about Cardi and Offset's relationship or whatever. And the judge was just like, you act like you ain't never tried the case before, and if you do it again, I'm going to hold you in contempt. You know, and like I said, I'm not saying that these are his exact words, but this was something along the way. You know what I mean? And he had reprimanded them so many times at this point that it's just sickening. The judge did wind up letting them bring in one piece of evidence. But because of that, court ended like after 2 hours. After 2 hours court started, it ended. Because the judge like, listen, we're not going to go through all this. You guys need to go and edit y'all stuff, chop it up, and then present it to the courtroom. You know? Even at one point in time, the judge even said, like, listen, Are y'all sure y'all want this in? Because this can hurt your case more than it can help it. And I mean, at this point, it's just like, I feel like they just trying anything. It's embarrassment on Tasha's end. It's embarrassment on her lawyers end. I mean, this is gonna go down in history. This is gonna go down in history. Like, when this thing is over, this is gonna be talked about for a long time to come. I believe that. Dennis Byron made a statement. He said they either didn't prepare purposely or they just didn't put much into the case. And I totally agree with that, because like I said from the beginning, I felt as though that they underestimated Cardi. They underestimated Cardi lawyers, and they underestimated the whole case in general. So they didn't prepare as well as they should. I guess because Olga is a criminal attorney, in my mind, because I don't know nothing about being a lawyer and stuff, but in my mind, I feel like, all right, if you're a criminal attorney, then defamation cases should be a walk in the park to you. But on Thursday, January 20th, they appeared back in court for the 7th day of a complete shit show. Now, breaking news had came earlier that morning or either that night, but it was something about the year prior. Tasha had slandered her own attorney, Olga. Under a review on Yoga's page, she wrote that her lawyer did a horrible job in advising her, and because of that, she was disappointed. She wrote that her lawyer showed up several times unprepared and unfamiliar with the case. And Tasha also wrote something that was pretty funny, that Olga was stumbling over her words. Now, isn't that ironic? Because Tasha has been doing the same thing during this whole trial. But she stated that because of this, that she would no longer be using her. Well, we don't know what that was all about, but what we do know is that Olga is still representing Tasha K in this case. Now, maybe Tasha should have had gone with her gut on this one. I'm truly convinced that she is either related by marriage or they friends. It got to be something along those lines. They got to be either related by marriage or they are friends, and that's why she let her take this case on. Because I would have fired my whole team after the first day of trial. Like, that's it. I could do this by myself. I don't need you guys. You guys are doing a horrible job and you're making me look bad. But anyway, in the court, the defense played a recording. Okay? So remember now, this is the next day after they brought in the evidence. And it was a recording of Tasha K and Lovely T talking over the phone. That phone call lasted for over an hour and a half. Where Tasha K was secretly recording her friend, while Lovely T sat there and was crying and talking about having sickle cell, which I think, in my opinion, is really messed up. Like, I shouldn't even know that, I don't think Tasha should have had. Now, I'm late to this information. I never knew about this until this case. A lot of you guys probably already heard about it when it happened. But I was like, dang, that's messed up. There's no way that she should have exposed that girl like that and had her business out there in these streets like this, especially over the internet for people to talk about. But it showed us something. And I don't think Tasha realized that whenever they agreed to play this whole video. But it shows you that she'll do anything for them clicks. For them clicks, for that clout, she'll do damn near anything. But anyway, in any case, this is the same video that the plaintiff's been playing previously throughout the court trial, but they just been playing clips of it, right? So it was kind of weird when the defense wanted to play the whole thing, which didn't look good on Tasha's behalf, because it was said that the jurors looked uncomfortable and they really wasn't taking notes. Tasha was being very vulgar on there, so I don't know. We're going to see which way this goes for her. Tasha did take the stand, where Cardi's attorneys cross-examined her for 3 hours. Now, shit. 3 hours. 3 hours. Imagine that. Can you imagine lying happened? And keep trying to ask you the question. They keep trying to ask you the same question, but in different ways. Now, I know I do this to my kids. I do this to a lot of people, actually. I ask the same question, but ask it in a different way, which throws you off. And then sometimes, because people think it's different questions, they give you different answers. And if you can't answer a question the same way each time, in my opinion, because I don't care whether you thought that it was a different question, but it's still the same question, so I still should be getting the same results. But yeah, so that's big. Like, this is a lot. So imagine how this 3L is a question that is going for her at this point. I don't know. Only thing I know is that probably by the time Tasha left out that courtroom, she probably had her hair sweated out into a little afro. Tasha has been asked a lot of questions at this point, and unfortunately for her, she committed perjury on the damn stand. Yep. So the gag is, she lied to her subscribers again. Yep, you heard me right. She lied. Stop acting surprised. We all know at this point that she's a liar. That has been proven. So while on the stand, she was cross-examined, and they asked which one of her statements was the truth. Was it the one where she told her subscribers that she had her lawyer take a look at the cease and desist papers? Was it the one that she did at her deposition, where she said her lawyer looked over the cease and desist? Or was it the one where she said on the stand that she did not have a lawyer yet, but a friend that is a family lawyer told her that was a fake cease and desist? These was the hardest questions of Tasha's goddamn life, okay? The attorney asked her, was she lying then, or are you lying now? Man, listen, the guns was blazed and the smoke was stuck in the air, honey. Okay? It was up. Alright, so I don't know. I mean, at that point, I probably would have fell out on the stand. I probably would have started acting like I was having a seizure or something. I would have tried everything in my power to had gotten off of that stand. You hear me? Now, remember what I told you now. She was asked today on the stand about, now I want y'all to remember this, that about the whole lawyer situation, if she had a lawyer, and she said that she in fact did not have a lawyer at that time, but she had a friend that she called up that practiced family law in DC, and they told her that it was fake. This is what she said on Thursday. Alright, so Friday, January 21st, was probably one of the worst days in court for Tasha, okay? It was proven many times over that she's a habitual liar. On this day, she was cross-examined again and asked her multiple questions. Then she continued to lie and stumble. But she was asked about the phone conversation with Lovely T first, right? Well, actually, I don't know the order of the... I'm sorry, I got the hiccups. I don't know the order of the questioning, but I know that these was the questions asked. So let me straighten that out first, okay? So she was asked about the whole Lovely T thing, conversation that was recorded, and they asked her, did Lovely T have knowledge of the recording at the time? And Tasha commented like that Lovely T didn't know, but she only recorded it because she basically wanted to hold on to it. She just wanted to have it or whatnot. What kind of weird crap is that, okay? So she was then asked again about that family lawyer from DC. She was asked that. Now, they asked her, they said, can they get the name of that lawyer that she told them about yesterday? And guess what this fool gonna say in federal court? She gonna say she didn't feel comfortable with telling them the name. Child, the judge looked over at her and said, answer the question. Tasha gonna say she didn't know the name and that it was in her phone. She don't know the name right off her hand, but it was in her phone. Okay, listen, check this out. You said this is a friend, so now we don't know our friends' names. Okay, granted, maybe you just call this person your friend and maybe you don't know their last name or something. So maybe she wanted to go and look in her phone or whatever. I'm not sure. It could went that way. But this is the thing for me. You made this statement yesterday in court. You didn't think to try to have that all put together when you got back in court today? Like, come on, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I mean, and Tasha makes comments about people not using common sense and stuff like that, but she didn't use her common sense a lot during this trial. You know, she didn't use it a lot. So she said she didn't know the person's name and she had to look in her phone. I guess she was trying to kill a little time until she could get her lie together. So when they came back from lunch, they asked for that information. You know that, right? They came back from lunch and she just gave the first name and said that her lawyer, Olga, has the person's email address. Like, Tasha, cut it out. Cut it out. Try to get all of your lies together before you get up here on this stand. Like, she really was not prepared for this. Like, I feel so bad for her, though, you know? I feel so bad for her. And she was also asked about the email reply. So that fake cease and desist that she had replied to that. And I'm not sure what the reply said. So they wanted to know if she was the person who sent the email. And when they asked her that, she responded no. So the lawyer asked her, like, well, who has access to your emails if it was not you? She answered, my husband. So then the lawyer said, but your husband's deposition stated that he never replies to any emails. He doesn't handle emails. That's all left up to you, his wife. So the lawyer said, so are you saying that your husband lied during his deposition? And Tasha replied, God damn it, yes, he lied. Lord, listen, I don't know what they got going on in their relationship, honey, but they need to get it together. I swear, this trial is like a game changer with everything in their life, like with their relationship and a business relationship, if you get what I'm saying. Like, they have failed horrible on this whole holding each other down thing. Like, they both folded on each other. I would never testify against my husband. If I knew that there was going to be any compromising conflicts or any way with us, nope, I wouldn't take the stand. Leave me out of it. I'll be his moral support. But for the most part, I'm not going against him, and he ain't going against me. So I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from, there's rules to this stuff, man. But to each his own. To each his own. I mean, and if things couldn't have been gotten any worse or looked any worse for Tasha, she's going to say on a stand that, you know, they cross-examining her, and I guess they asked her the same question that they already asked her. Like I said, you know, people, they'll tend to ask you the same question, but ask you in a different way to see what answer you'll give them. But this fool gonna say, look, I already answered that question. I don't want to be disrespectful. What? Girl, everybody looked at Tasha like, and what is that supposed to mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it just, man, at this point, she probably was frustrated and mad because they was dogging her out bad on the stand. You know, they had her at a vulnerable point because they was exposing her. You know, I mean, this has been a lot. This case has been a lot.
Woo! Hey guys. Yeah, so that was a long one, right? So how did you guys feel about that? Do you think that Tasha deserves all of this ass that's being handed to her. Does she deserve it? Because she's getting a lot of it. And they have totally beat up boop, 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 her credibility. And she just seems like a habitual liar at this point. It's like she lies about everything that she tells her subscribers damn near is a lie. And if you just go back and look at her lives that she does, she always talk about like what does she look like lying on somebody. Like she don't have time for that. Like she above that, and she does it. And I really don't like what she did to her friend. You know, we should not know about no sickle cell or none of that stuff. Like that was private. Like her recording that and posting it and letting it leak for everybody to hear was messed up, and she had her own agenda on it. But it's really messed up because that lady cried to her and confided in her as a friend. But that shows you something, though. That shows you something. And she had the nerve to play that. I don't know what made her, in her defense, want to play that video. But I know if I was at a juror, the only thing I would have been thinking about is that shows that she does anything but clicks. And when you get clicks, you get money, okay? So it's all about the dollars with her. She did that to her own friend. Her own friend. And that's sad. So, I mean, I do feel sorry for her, but, you know, when I think about stuff like that, and I do think about the fact that, you know, she has talked about a lot of people, situations, that they bad moms, they junkies, and they homeless, and, you know, just belittling people. Now that she's in this situation, it's like, you reap what you sow. You got what you deserve. Karma is a bitch. And when karma is on her period, baby, you know how a woman is. A woman's going. They don't play. And that's exactly what she getting. She getting karma on her period, and she ain't playing with her. Because ain't no way. I mean, they keep saying that it's a possibility that things could turn around and Tasha will win this case, but that's not likely. That's not likely, especially if this is up to the jury. They already got their mind made up. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about none of them rules that the courts give you going in the door, like don't be prejudiced and don't take into consideration this and strictly go off of this and this and this and don't look at the don't follow the case while you know courts and you know, like nobody listen to that. I don't believe for a minute, a second, because you can't watch these people 24 hours a day to say what they're doing. And I know that they done made up their mind probably since the first day that Tasha is guilty and Tasha is going to pay money. Tasha's kicking that money out to Cardi because she traumatized her, and that lady was thinking about hurting herself. You know what I'm saying? So they already made up their mind. She lost, and I know she did. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend she didn't. Talking about I'm not going to say this, I'm not going to say that. You know, this is my opinion at this point. And it's a done deal for the big girl. It's done. It's done. But tell me down in the comments, y'all. Tell me what y'all feel. Tell me your thoughts and your feelings on this whole entire trial. Like, you know, are y'all siding with Cardi or y'all siding with Tasha? Before this, I'm not gonna front. You know, I watched Tasha stuff. I like Tasha because I felt like Tasha was on to something, you know. Tasha had took blogging, YouTubing to a whole different level. Like, she doing her thing. You know, she's very smart. She's a good businesswoman. She's very entertaining. But I don't know. I don't like the way she went about her stuff. She is no integrity there. That bothers me. That bothers me a lot. Like, you gotta have some type of integrity. And I don't, all that lying and stuff, like, that's for the birds. If I gotta lie to get likes, then I'm not doing it, because eventually them lies can catch up to you. Not only can people see you, but you gotta realize that people are human. And they can only take but so much. Even though Cardi said she wouldn't resort to, violence because of her status or whatever. And, it's a better way to do it. But who's to say if that lady wouldn't have gotten to the point where it's though, because she already felt like, she didn't want to be here anymore. Like, so that's like saying you don't have, like, I don't have nothing to live for. Like, she could have went out and hurt. She could have went out and hurt Tasha. Seriously, she could have hurt Tasha's husband. She could have hurt Tasha's kids. Like, certain things you don't do, and you don't say. And that's all of that. You cannot do things like that. You will get hurt out here in real life, in real time. You will get yourself hurt, or you will get your loved ones hurt behind nothing. This could have went so much worse. This could have went so much worse, or it could have went worse for Tasha, where Cardi could have done something to herself, and then her mother or sister or her husband would have took legal action against Tasha. And then it would have really been bad, because it would have been a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta watch what you're doing out here. And I really, really hope that this doesn't make it bad for the YouTube community. YouTube already had a lot of crap with them. Like, you really gotta watch what you say. Like, they don't play. They will snatch your content down that you worked so hard. You gotta go back. It took you 2 days to edit. Now they done went ahead and snatch your stuff down, and before you go put it back up, you gotta edit it some more. Like, no. I hope it don't get any worse than what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys made it this far with me, then I really appreciate you at this point. Because you ain't had to be here. You could have went somewhere else, but you decided to stay here with me, and I appreciate that. Please continue to come back. I will be having more content. I'll be doing a genre stuff. Like I said before, I won't only be doing celebrity news. I'll be doing other things as well. I'll be showing a little bit of hair care, a little bit of crime mysteries. So just stay tuned. Stay tuned. And if you haven't yet, please, 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 like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing. I'm not asking you for a penny. I'm just asking you for time to take your finger and touch the screen. Tap the screen. Don't be mean. Okay? All right. And on that note, I love you guys. Peace and blessings.